Martha Nussbaum argues in her article that there are 7 separate ways of behaving with regards to objectification, and even though they are separate, they have complex connections. The 7 types are instrumentality, where the objectified person treats the object as a tool for his or her purposes; denial of autonomy, where the objectified person treats the object as lacking in autonomy and self-determination; fungibility, where the objectified person treats the object as interchangeable with other objects but the same type and different types; viability, where the objectified person treats the object as lacking in boundary integrity; ownership, where the objectified person treats the object as something owned by another; and denial of subjectivity, where the objectified person treats the object as something whose experiences and feelings need not be taken into account. Individuals are objectified when they are seen or treated in one or more of these ways. Instrumentality, which is the central theme in Kant, McMillan, Dworkin, and Green's view of objectification, is only one of the 7. She does believe, though, that out of all of them, instrumentality is highly problematic and connected to the others. She challenges the view that objectification is necessarily negative by the belief that there are cases and features of objectification that can be positive. Objectification is always morally problematic, however, in other cases isn't quite so clear, and it could be seen either as good or bad depending on the context. This makes defining objectification difficult. In her article, Nussbaum gives literary examples where each character is being treated as an object in a sexual relationship. However, not all the examples show objectification in a morally problematic way. Some are acceptable as long as they're a part of a larger relationship involving mutual respect. She uses the example of a person lying in a bed and using their lover as a pillow. She explains that in that case it doesn't seem to be a problem, with the understanding that the person is doing so with consent, as well as the understanding that in general the person is more than a pillow. She says denial of autonomy and denial of subjectivity are objectionable when they pursue through an adult relationship, but as phases of a relationship characterized by mutual regard, they could be alright or even quite wonderful. What she says is there are moments in relationships where one can understand the treatment of another as passive or inert, as acceptable, and pushing of emotional boundaries can be a valuable part of one's sexual life. Nussbaum values objectification as positive when it combines with equality, respect, and consent as seen in Lawrence's literature. This literature is connected to the reduction of individuals as their body parts. However, the focus of the body parts doesn't seem like a subtraction of the individuals themselves, but really an addition. In this case, the submission of autonomy, agency, and subjectivity are absent willingly and in the act of love. Both lovers have connected to the point where instrumentalization is mutual, and therefore equality is present. The subjectivity that is lost is only lost during that brief moment, can make all the other moments where it exists that much more powerful. It is when one is treating another as fungible that is difficult, when the person objectified is from a group which has been commodified, used as a tool, and using the person as an ends and a mere object as opposed to recognizing the person as more. Nussbaum feels conventional pornography, Playboy, doesn't meet the moral standards, self-expression, and deep connection, and instead illustrates fungibility, commodification of women for men's pleasure and purposes.